Namaste. A little bit about Ayurvedic yoga. You could really call it elemental yoga. It's a yoga of true, authentic connection. And what is the true, authentic connection? What are we connecting with? Well, with the only thing that is true, and it's nature. It just happens. Snow is cold to every human being and every animal on the planet, and likewise, the sun is always hot to anybody. So it's the law that cannot be disputed. It's the absolute law. And it's the same law that applies to every living being on the planet, animate or inanimate, animal, human, or plant. And when we harmonize our bodies to nature like this, then we work with it and we grow through connection with it rather than be affected by it and made unhealthy by it, such as being under the weather, as you know the expression. So, what is nature and what is this concept elemental? Well, it's simple, really, and it's very elegant. Nature is made of 5 elements, and everything in creation is made of the same 5 elements. Each of these 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space, have their qualities and functions. Okay, they perform certain functions in the world inside us and outside us. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at these elements. The first element is space, and space is empty. Okay, there's nothing in it. Space is a container in which everything else can exist. The space outside us, you can see around me, perspective, right? Things that are close and things that are further away and beyond. And in that space, an entire landscape unravels. And if there was no space, there would be no landscape. And it's the same in our bodies. In our bodies, space is intercellular space. Our bones are hollow. A space of our skull, in the space of our skull exists our brain and our senses, and in the space of our pelvic bowl exist our organs, our digestive system, our viscera, and so forth. In the space of the rib cage exists our cardiovascular system, our respiratory system. In the space, in the subtle space of our mind, exists our acceptance, our ability to see things for what they are and accept things for what they are, and so forth. So you see, when we get into a very close space, we feel claustrophobic, we feel unable to think clearly, right? So, element of space is absolutely necessary for our functioning, and for us to cultivate that element of space, we would have to get out. We would have to get out in the open. Next element, as the space distills further down, is a air element. When the space moves, right, it becomes air. And there's obviously air in nature that we can breathe. Air is known by its movement, and it governs the sense of touch. You could feel the air on your skin because you could feel the wind, right? I could feel my hair moving. I could feel the touch of wind on my skin. And for us to feel the element of air, again, we have to breathe. We have to improve our connection with breathing. And of course, it's better done outside where the air is in abundance. And internally in us, the air element governs all movement, okay? So for our body to function, for any bodily system to function, it has to move, and that's governed by the air element. And the places where the air element is concentrated in the body is, of course, the lungs. Our respiratory system is the most obvious, as well as some others. Next element, as the air distills further down, it warms up, it becomes fire, right? Fire. In nature, fire is obviously sun. It gives us vision. It gives us the ability to see, to perceive, to understand. Sun is what nourishes the everything to grow. Without sun, there would be no life. And in our bodies, the sun element is represented by our digestion. It's the fire, right? Fire element, our digestion, which is in the gut and in the mind, the gut-brain connection, right? So that's governed by fire element. Our metabolism, our ability to digest food and convert it into nourishment, and digest experiences, life's experiences, and convert them into wisdom. And next element, as the fire cools down and melts down the space and air, is water element. And of course, in the environment, we see water as the morning dew, as lakes, rivers, streams, fog, as the atmosphere, right? The rain, the water is the nourisher of all life on earth. Without water, there would be no life on earth. And likewise, in our body, without water, we wouldn't be able to sustain our life. And in our body, the water element is, we are 80% water. It's everywhere. It's our circulation. It's our lymph. It's our blood, it's our plasma, it's our emotions, our tears of whether joy or sorrow. That's represented by water. Digestive juices, pancreatic juices. Water also aids digestion. Without saliva, we wouldn't be able to taste anything. The sense that is governed by water is a sense of taste, right? So, for us to get to water, we would obviously have to be near it, maybe consume more water, or through Ayurvedic yoga, we would actually do asanas that access the areas of concentration of water in the body, such as the lymphatic system, circulatory system, and the pelvic bowl. And more on that later in my Ayurvedic yoga water class that I will include later on past this video. As the water cools down, it hardens and it becomes earth, an earth element in nature. We live on earth. Earth is what's responsible for support. On earth, everything can stand and take root in. Every plant has a root in the ground. You see the earth element all around me, that mountain behind me. As far as the eye can see, I see earth. And in the body, the earth element is our support structure, our bones and our muscles. Everything that's solid and heavy in the body, that's earth. Without earth, there would be no body. And for us to, of course, we know the air, the earth element after it rains. We smell it. We smell the earth. So the air, earth element governs the sense of smell. Okay, so for us to access the earth, again, we would have to, in yoga, do something that's more grounding, postures that, develop balance, stability, and maybe postures also that take us down to the ground, that take place on the ground. So the Ayurvedic yoga class, truly Ayurvedic yoga class. And by the way, Ayurveda and yoga are sister sciences. Okay, in the 6 darshans of the Vedic philosophy, Ayurveda and yoga are presented as one darshan, one teaching, and they should be practiced together. Okay, because Ayurveda helps us foster connection to nature, the world of which we are a part, not only a part, of which we came, which gave birth to us, our mother, so to speak, the mother that we all share, the mother like no other. And yoga helps us foster connection to our deepest, innermost self. And of course, our self, it exists in the context of this body, this mind, and these senses. Okay, so Ayurvedic yoga, this elemental yoga, really is about fostering and strengthening our context of life, true, authentic context of life, which takes place in our body that is made of the 5 elements, in our senses that are governed by these 5 elements, in our mind that is also influenced by these 5 elements. By the way, mind operates in 3 major modes, and all 3 modes are governed by the elements in their most subtle form. Tamas, which is inertia, which is influenced and governed by earth and water. It's heavy, it's slow, it induces sleep, and it's comforting, it's nourishing. Remember, these are all the qualities of water and earth. Rajas, which is movement, which is when we're active, when we're passionate, when we are in the doing mode, go, 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 achieving, accomplishing, creating. And these are the mobile, light, bright, exciting qualities of fire and air. Remember? And sattva, which is the mode of balance, pure equanimity and goodness, which is the mode of a yogi, the mode of meditation, something that meditation helps us cultivate. And in that mode, we are all accepting. We're completely equanimous. We're so spacious. We are in this world, but not of it. So to speak, we are enlightened, and that's what we're going for through yoga practice, which is really the practice that mostly has to do with the mind. And these qualities, clear, spacious, open, quiet, these are the qualities of the space element. So you see how these 5 elements, they really are these main 5 threads that weave your life, my life, our life into this beautiful tapestry that is all of creation. And that way you become part of the pattern. You become a beautiful thread in the tapestry of creation.